Hey, what's up, guys? Vegas J is back, and today we are playing same thing we're going to do every day. Is we're playing Baccarat, and what we're going to do today is we're going to play the Follow Me strategy. The Follow Me strategy is very simple. You basically just follow the winner. I've talked about this a little bit on the channel as well. You do need to manage your bets though, so you do need to figure out either you're comfortable with doing the Fibonacci or you're comfortable with doing doubling up. So kind of figure out what works best for you. I'm going to bounce a little bit between both and just kind of see how we feel. Now we're kind of young. Come on, 5, 11. Oh, interesting. So what we're doing now is banker won the last one. Oh, we may be getting into a little bit of a chop, and that's okay. It's good to recognize chop when it starts to happen, right? So look, we've got where are we at here? Okay, so we got player, banker, player, 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 and then it looks like it starts again, right? Player, banker, player. So we're gonna sit this one out. The cool thing about this strategy is that you don't have to bet every single time. And essentially what you'll do, and you'll see it here live, we're gonna play this whole shoe together, or well, yeah, the whole shoe together. You'll be able to catch up and recover without getting too kind of stressed out. So we got 5 player, 1 is banker. Okay, player. We may be going on a player streak, so we... Oops. Shoot, what was my last bet? Oh, God dog it. We're going to go player for 2. Now, when you're playing this strategy, again, it is very important that you pay attention to the chop. This section right here, player, banker, player, or banker, player, banker, player. The reason being is if you're following in that path, you're going to get eaten alive, right? Come on, 10. Give him a... What do we got? 5, 3. You're going to eat alive, and you'll essentially lose every single hand, right? It's easy to recognize, right? If you lose 2 hands in a row, chances are you're on the wrong side, and just chill, just sit out. Most of the time, not all, right? Like this is important to oh, sorry. Just got a text message from one of my friends. So anyway, my point being is that if you're betting the opposite of like a chop, you're gonna get your whole bankroll is gonna go. You'll see though, as I mentioned earlier, if you play this strategically, oh, see, I was gonna be on banker, but I'm talking, right? Run the streaks, man. Stay on them until I'm gonna click this while I talk to you. Stay on the streaks as long as they go. Don't try to anticipate, hey, we're on 5 bankers, so let's jump to player, because I assure you, I'm speaking from experience. You will get destroyed. You'll get rinsed, as Bluff would say. Jeez, James, talk much? So we got... Why are you going so slow? Come on, give me that 5, baby. Banker. All right. We're okay. So now we got banker, so we're going to go dose on banker. It's cool because it's not really stressful. If you're using the Fibonacci sequence and you're betting 2s, here, let me pull this over real quick. Let me let this hand go through and then I'll show you what I'm looking at over here. What do we got here? 4. Come on, 5. Not 5 the number. I wanted like a number 5, but that'll work. So again, we're following. We're following the winner. It's not rocket science. Yeah, it's not rocket science, but you do want to, just stay aware. Right? Game changes every hand. So anyway, this is what I was going to show you real quick. So this is a Fibonacci sequence. So if you bet $1. It breaks down each one of the dollars, or just the betting sequence, if you will. Bet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. We're doing 2 today, so I have a little highlight here at 5 because if I've hit 5, ooh, banker tie. Sorry, damn, I'm over here playing. Okay. What happened there? Did we win? We won. Okay, so banker's still going. I just put $1 on it because I'm wasn't paying attention to that. So okay, perfect. So yeah, man, here we go. We're back at it. So anyway, that Fibonacci thing that I showed you just kind of helps me stay on track. Because sometimes, look, gambling is emotional. There are times where you're just like, no, I'm putting it all in, and if you're doing that, unfortunately, you're probably going to lose, right? And that's okay. All right, player. So again, you're seeing what we're doing. We're kind of going with the flow of the deck, right? And there are some decks, I've played some this morning that 25 to 30 bankers, right? That's a lot. If you're following the sequence and you're just boom, 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 and I'm not even talking about bet stacking. That's a whole nother thing. I'll explain bet stacking here in just a second once we win this one. 2. Okay, come on, let's get that 5. I've been needing a 5 for a 7. Oh, got me. Okay. So here's where I would pause. And I'm going to pause, so you're going to see why. Banker, player, banker. Now, technically, it should go back to player. But the chop is funky, dude. You don't know. And some people would argue, nah, James, you do know. Bet, player. And you can kind of do those both. I'm more of a streak guy. I'm finding out, rather, as much as the more I play. So I'm just going to sit this one out. Our next bet is... Hold on just a second. 7 for the banker. Come on, break the sequence. Tie. Okay. Sequence has a little bit been broken. Now, some people would argue and say that a tie doesn't do anything. But remember, all we're trying to do is get to 9, and we're going to sit this one out. Wait. 2. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what our next bet was going to be. Because I'm in the Fibonacci sequence, so I've only lost once technically, so you kind of stay at your level bet instead of like progression. Now, if you're doing like a martingale scenario, then, $2 becomes 4, 4, 8, 8, 16, 16, 32, 64, 128. It starts to get hectic quick. A double tie. You don't see those very... It's funny. You're supposed to not see those very often. I see those every day. And as you guys follow me, you see it every day too. Speaking of which, hey man, if you don't mind, click subscribe real quick. You don't have to like the video yet unless you like it. But if you don't mind, man, please subscribe. I look forward to showing you some more videos. And we're playing live, man. It's real money. 1601. As you guys saw, I took a little bit of a hit the other day. Worked my way back up. So 2 ties. So what we're going to do here, just in case you're wondering, is we are going to bet with whoever wins. And I'm glad that it wasn't player because that would frustrate me. All right, so we're going to stick with the $2 bet, right? And that gives us the ability to kind of, here, I'll move this over again. We're starting with 2, right? So we're actually right here on the second progression. $4 invested, $2, and then we'll go to 4, 6, 10, and etc. So, sorry. There we go. Just wanted to show you guys what betting sequence I'm doing versus doubling up each time. I don't want to double up right now. I just want to take our time. Let's glide, not glide, but let's get into it. Come on, give him a 10. Ooh, damn. Okay. 3, player. All right, so we got banker, player. So here's what we're going to do. We're doing 4 on banker. 4 on player. With the expectation that a player is going to come. There's no reason that the chop should continue, right? But sometimes you just got to play that. Nobody knows, right? That's why you're playing. And remember, gamble responsibly. Don't follow me. Don't do what I'm doing. Like, I need this money. Oh, okay. So look, we got a little bit of the chop going, right? Just like what we talked about. Now here you have an opportunity, right? And that opportunity is this. We're going to stay on player. And we're going to believe that the chop is going to continue. Now I'm not doubling my bet. I'm actually staying at the $4. We don't have to get crazy. We don't have to rush. Lately though, the decks here have only been like 51 hands, which is kind of weird. I played one the other day that was like, nice. I played one the other day that was like 75. 75? What? So we didn't get all of our balance back there, right? Because we're still on the chop. I'm going to chill. Because the whole purpose of this is we're not playing the chop. I mean, I did it there, but I wanted you to recognize it. And that's the point of what I'm bringing up. You want to be able to recognize what's happening. This is pattern recognition. It doesn't always go this way, right? But there's a lot of, like, so choppy. Most hands are very smooth and transitional. And someone would argue with me, no, they're not, James, they're choppy. Every hand's a little bit different. The beginning of the shoe is different than the end of the shoe. So player won that one. So that breaks the sequence, as you can see. So now, okay. So now we're going to go in. What did we bet last time? 4? 2. We're going to do 2 on this one. I think the actual bet is you go back 2. So 1, 2. Yeah, $2. Okay, we're getting a little choppy. Choppy, chop, chop. Crazy, right? Banker, player, banker. We're going to chill. But our next bet, since that was 2, should be 4. Yeah. I'll probably do 6, though. Okay. Ooh, nice pair for the banker. Banker. Okay, now we got a little break. That's good, and we're gonna believe that this is our strategy, right? $2. Oops. Okay, we're gonna do a $4 bet, and just take our time. $4 not too stressful, right? I said I was gonna do 6, but it goes back to my point. Gambling's emotional. I want to do 6, but that's not a sequence. The sequence is 4, so just stick at 4. Not for the number, bro. Oh, God dog it. So I've run into a little bit of a losing streak here following the streak patterns. But we're going to stick with it, dude. 4 is 7. It's supposed to be 6, but I'm going to go up 1. What was that just went on? Oh, sorry, I had an alarm going off. All right. The challenges of Baccarat. It's supposed to be a 50-50 game. This is a little tough. Come on, 10. They never give you the 10. 4. Ooh. A tie. Okay. So typically on ties, I just kind of chill and sit out. So we have about 20 more hands in here. We're down a little bit, but we're don't worry, we'll get back. We're on, so yeah, okay. Who do you think is going to pull it out today? Is it going to be player? I was reading, ooh, this could be challenging. Banker. So now, dude, this has been a tough hand to read, right? Not as smooth as you would like to see. There's only been, this player run was kind of nice, right? I think you guys saw us do that one. Oh, cool. Dominoes or Connect 4. If you check this out, so we haven't talked about bet stacking yet. That's a little bit more of an advanced strategy. And allow me to explain. So each win, like if you're looking for a streak, you essentially, let's say you win this one and you win $2. Well, then the next one is $4, and then the next one is $8. So essentially you're kind of betting on, you're using the kind of casino's money, if you will, to continue your bet. So example, you get in at like $2, but at the end of the betting cycle, you make like 10, depending on what you're betting, right? We haven't had an opportunity to do that here. And this is chopping, so I'm not going to get in, right? So player, banker, could be banker, could be player again. Not a lot of streaks in this today, but that's okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I hit the damn wrong button. We won on a player, 14 bucks, brought us back up to the 1600. Technically, we'd be betting player, but I just didn't get on it. Let's see, that's on me. Sometimes that shit happens, man. You're just not there when you need to make it back. So our last bet was 7. In the sequence, we go back 2, 1, 2. So we should be doing a $2 bet. We're gonna do 1 on player, just simply because we're kind of jumping in a little late. So here's a perfect example. Let's say we wouldn't have bet banker player, right? And then we bet banker and we win $1, right? So this bet becomes $2, and then you win that. So that's $4. And then this bet becomes $8. So you win $8 on a $2 bet is essentially what that looks like. They call it bet stacking. Some people just do it like all the time, and that's cool. Player, nice. And you can make a lot of money that way. Did I bet $1? I did. Come on, James. So we're going to stick with the pattern. Look, we're going to stay with it until it gets broken. And this is the way you want to see a lot. Most hands, or shoes I should say, are like this, you know? But they're also, sometimes they're choppy too. So I know that's kind of a contradiction of what I just said, but a lot of it comes down to, you can't just stick to one strategy, right? We win that one. You got to pay attention to what's happening in the shoe. Now, some people would say, James, holy shit, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got to bet banker. Man, trust me, you don't. Trust me. I'm not saying that this one's going to win. Whether it wins or not is irrelevant, but stay on the side that's winning. There's a true thing called momentum in the game. I mean, I've seen 16 in a row. 17 bankers in a row, rather. Just crazy shit, dude. That you're just like, there's no way that can happen. And I think that's the point. See what I'm saying? Gambling in casinos trick you. It's a psychological trick. And the trick is that this can't happen again, right? So you are like, well, then I'm going to bet on banker. And think about it for a second. If you were betting right here, see my cursor? If you started to bet right here, like, no, there's no way it can go. You're 1, 2, you're 3 down. And now you're doubling up again. So look, stick with the flow. Stick with whoever's winning, right? Just stick with them. And then when it switches, go ahead and switch. Look. Me too. You're like, no way another banker just happened. I'm telling you, no way player just happened again. It did, bro. Look. And look, we're back up to we're at the 604 now. So it's an easier pattern to play. And even if you get confused with regards to the chop was kind of confusing me. Right, in that scenario, I lost, and that's okay. We only lost it. Hold on, how many did we lose on that? Banker. So on average, you lost about 3 times if you were just sticking with the strategy. Meaning, banker just did it, so we're gonna bet on banker. Meaning that if you were still following the same follow me strategy, whoever the winner was, and you, regardless of what happened, you just stayed on that path, even in this hand, you still would have come out okay. You still would have come out profitable. Because remember, it's about the betting sequence. At the end of this game, most games, the player and the banker are going to be pretty close to each other. 21, 23, 25, 28. Now, with that said, no exaggeration, I literally have just seen the last 3 days, mother fudger, lopsided. Like 36. I saw 36 bankers, or 36 players, not all in a row, but 36 players. I was like, what the? It was a sea of blue, man. And back to my point, if you're playing like the follow me, you're racking up cash, bro, like crazy. So the whole point of this video is I wanted you guys to see what it looks like when you're playing a streak / pattern style strategy. Damn, that's hard to say. Like this strategy depends heavily on, we're gonna bet $1 on banker, heavily on streaks. That's how you become profitable, because it'll allow you to make it through the chops and still, cash out. 3 losses in a row though, stop. reassess, figure out what's going on. At that point, 3 losses in a row, you're anywhere between $4 to $6, depending on what you're betting. If you're betting dollars and $2, I mean, or 2 units, whatever. I wonder how many we're going to get out of this shoe. Dang, man, I hate when I see a 9-1. It's got a 10. What are we going to get? Oh, 9, nice. Following the leader, right? Following the winner. Doesn't always work, guys. You just, very important. But it does work, right? And again, I'm betting dollar units. Dude, if you're betting $5 units, you're already up 25 bucks. And I don't know. Have we been, what 20 minutes, I guess we've been doing this? On average, I kept track of this. On average, I was doing $52 a shoe, betting the way that we're betting. And that's without bet stacking. I don't know why I don't know if afraid is the right word. Oh, nice. Maybe afraid is the right word. I'm not. I think bet stacking's cool, but I feel like that's my money, and I want to keep it. But that's also how you make a lot of money too. Look, we got 3 bankers in a row. I'm gonna stay on banker. Now I should be betting $2, but because we're talking, I'm kind of a little focused on both. I'm gonna stick with this because this is more of just live play strategy. And remember, dude, a lot of the strategies that we do, me included, that work on a simulator, that work on a simulator don't work here. Look at that beautiful 8, just went to waste. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna pause for a second, and here's the reason why. To follow the sequence, we would go to the player, but look where we're at. We're on hand 50, and if this is a 51 hand deck, I don't necessarily want to follow at the end of the deck. Now, you may ask, why, James? Why is that? Just mainly for me, I've always gotten screwed. I don't have a reason other than those last few hands, just, I don't know. Maybe it's completely psychological. Probably is. That's what all gambling is. And there you go, the banker one. Right? So see, I was going to follow that, right? I was going to follow to the player, but I've learned, at least my style of gambling, is I got to wait. So we're on 51 hands. Just curiously, right after I just said the last few hands or last few decks, shoes, have been like 51. I was on stake the other day, I think, and that's where it was like 75 hands. I was like, dude, how many decks are we playing? Oh, beautiful 8. Tie. And they say ties don't happen very often. You know, you can't guess those any way, rhyme, or reason. And I don't recommend following them like the, follow the leader type scenario. But I think you guys can see how... And take a picture of this, guys, real quick. Take a picture of that or freeze it or whatever. And go back and do the strategy of follow me, right? You would have bet... Let's just say I don't... So let me back up. I don't typically bet the first 2 hands because I want to see what's going to happen. Nice. I want to see what's going to happen. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you bet banker to start with because banker has the highest statistics and it went player, okay? You bet player, you lost, right? So you got 2 losses down. Then you bet banker because you're following the leader, right? So you won that one, you won the second one, and you won the third one, right? Just like that. So not only have you recouped your money, now you're in profit. Now you bet banker, but you lost here. But player came up, so you bet player and you won, right? So just follow the path through that and just see how you would have done. In fact, don't even change the betting strategy. Stay with the follow me, like stay with the winner through this entire shoe. Right? I'm going to do that myself because I like taking photos and backtracking stuff or testing it. And here's why I'm bringing that up. See for yourself how the strategy works. Now, and see what bet size you got to. Did you get, if you stayed with the strategy and didn't pause when it was doing the chop back and forth, how did you do? Where were you? Right? What was your highest bet? Because that's important. There's the yellow card. Cool. Because that's important. Oh, come on. And the reason that's important is that you have to have confidence in the strategy you're playing, or you're constantly guessing, and your stress level will be out of control. I've seen this work so many times that there's no reason for me not to believe in it. Right? So I'm going to get to some real playing. Not that I'm not real playing now, but a little bit higher bets, and it's going to require my concentration. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the patterns that I'm following, just let me know, man. It's free. And look, got any strategies you want me to test? Shoot them over. VegasJaysChannel@gmail.com. That's VegasJaysChannel@gmail.com. And please, man, subscribe. If you liked the video, drop it a like. If you didn't, that's cool too. Leave me a comment. I'll work on getting better. Vegas Jay, I'll see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow.